Hey guys, how's it going? We have two topics for you today. The first one is we will give you an update on Bruce Gary's new transit model for Tabby Star. And our second topic is we will go over our new metric for tracking the flux of Tabby Star to accurately measure it during the period when most telescopes will not be able to do so. So in our earlier video dated October 15th, 2017, we went over Bruce Gary's and his colleagues' new transit model that was based on this repeating profile. And they stated that this profile is caused by a large object that is approximately 14 times the size of Jupiter, close to being a brown dwarf, and that this huge object itself is being orbited by other objects that are producing dust, comas, and huge ring systems. A rendition of that is shown here. So Bruce states that we are now in the phase after the short-term dimming events where Tabby Star starts to brighten back up to start the cycle once again. So this is Bruce's light curve showing his G-band measurements in the green circles, and for some reason he only shows that the light curve only needs to go up 1.7% as opposed to the 3.5% from the Kepler data. But as you can see, his measurements are following very closely to his projected path. And this is his latest measurement, circled in red, which is approximately 0.9% above the low or the bottom point in the flux curve. We hope that he can finish his measurements before Tabby Star goes too far below the horizon for him to accurately measure and test his theory completely. So guys, this is a reminder of our scatter plot of David Lane's V-band measurements versus the equation-generated curve of the long-term dimming of Tabby Star. And this scatter plot takes us from October 27th of 2015 through September 22nd of 2017, just before David Lane changed his procedure on how he takes his measurements of Tabby Star. And this is the 20 data point simple moving average of those same measurements of David Lane's over the same time period versus the calculated long-term dimming equation curve. Notice how the 20 data point simple moving average was a great tracking metric to the long-term secular trend of Tabby Star. So we plan to use the 20 data point simple moving average again with David Lane's newer V-band measurements of Tabby Star. Also, as a reminder, David Lane is now using 5 non-variable reference stars, and his new procedure for taking measurements caused a jump in the flux measurements over his older data set. The spike in the flux levels are due to this new procedure. So again, this is the scatter plot of David Lane's V-band measurements taken through September 22nd of 2017. And these are the 19 data points taken so far using his new procedure. Notice how they are abruptly shifted higher as he stated that they would be. The problem is not only integrating the two data sets together eventually, but this shift in the way he took measurements happened at a bad time when we were seeing a brightening in the long-term trend of Tabby Star. So what we decided to do was to put these newer data points on a separate graph and begin to show the 20 data point simple moving average along with a computer-generated second-order polynomial trend line. Since we only have 19 data points so far, we decided to cheat a little and show where the 19 data point simple moving average is, which should be very close to where the 20 data point simple moving average would be. And this red line is the computer-generated second-order polynomial trend line of the scatter plot. Notice how the current location of the 19 data point simple moving average is right on the end of the computer-generated trend line. So we feel confident in both metrics since they seem to give the same result. So looking at the rise in the trend line, we are estimating that Tabby Star has brightened approximately 0.9% from September 23rd to the present date. Well, it will be interesting to see where it will go from here. Will we see a continued brightening of Tabby Star, or will we see, as the trend line is suggesting, that we may be rolling back over to continue the dimming trend? Also, what is causing the unexpected brightening? Well, guys, we are ready to rock and roll for the winter months when most telescopes will go offline as Tabby Star goes below the horizon. but we have David Lane's measurements at his high latitude of his observatory in Nova Scotia, Canada, and we'll keep you up to date on what is happening. So guys, take care, and we will see you in our next update.